Hello again, guys. So, today, guess what we're going to do? I don't know how many of you guys remember this brother here. Pretty sure that plenty of you have recognized his face by now. But just around a year ago on my old channel, I had posted a video, very interesting, very important video, where this brother had shared a prophetic dream concerning the wealth transfer possibly taking place around a Christmas season. Now, it wasn't shown which particular Christmas season it was, but the details of what it was shown was very interesting. It was pretty clear as well. So in this short video, I'm going to go through what he saw and add my comments. Now, for you guys who want to see the original, I'll leave the links in the description box to this particular video on my old channel. Okay, guys. So let's now quickly go through what he was shown.
I had an interesting dream last night. And I was asleep in my dream, and I felt the urge while sleeping to get up early to check my phone, to look at my accounts to see if there was any price movement on some of the cryptocurrencies that I purchased. And I didn't. I stayed, and I was lazy, and I wanted to sleep in.
Okay, guys. So right off the bat, if this brother's dream here is to be taken literal, which none of us knows, sometimes dreams are metaphorical, sometimes they are literal. And if this brother's dream here is to be taken literal, this is very significant, because if this event is going to occur just as he's seen it, like an overnight event where you go to your bed one evening and in the morning, all of what he's about to explain has transpired, then it will be very, very important for us to take notes. But whenever it comes to things that are so important, like the wealth transfer and, waking up early, because what you could have is you could have several of these coins take off, and there's a circumstance where you need to sell, but instead of positioning yourself to take profits, you're actually in bed, and we don't want that to happen, and you end up missing out, because according to his dream, it's a scenario exactly like that. You see, where you would need to get up and be at the ready to take profits. So it highlights basically the importance of being at the ready, even waking up early, especially if you suspect something happening or you suspect God is tugging at you to, be on alert. So that is very, very important.
So in my dream, I woke up, I think it was like around 7 o'clock in the morning. I grabbed my phone, and it was, what I saw shocked me. I know everyone's seen the arrows, the up and down arrows on a stock market price chart. So, but this was different. It looked like mountains of electricity, like a burst, like a big giant explosion. And all I saw was mountains. And the funny thing is, it looked like Christmas trees, but more than just Christmas trees, like mountains. And the
Okay, so he said that when he woke up in the morning, he saw what appeared like mountains of electricity, like a giant burst or a giant explosion of electricity. So electricity here is important, right? And he also went to add that it appeared as if, or rather, it looked to him as if it was like Christmas trees. So Christmas is also highlighted. You see, so I'm getting from my personal interpretation here, if I'm to add my interpretation. So these mountains, number one, he went on to add that if you know the price charts, so we're talking about price movement on cryptocurrencies. So what I'm getting, this is my interpretation. These mountains represent literal God candles. I've already told you guys previously, in previous videos, what a God candle is. A candle that is made at least a 20 to 30x or more in a very short period of time, in either a week or a month time period. So what he saw, what I believe that this brother here saw, were the God candles. Okay, so that's the mountains that he saw on the price movements on the charts. The next one, he mentioned the Christmas trees. Obviously, that is highlighting the season, the time period of this occurrence, of the appearing of the God candles. And that's what I'm picking up right here. But let's continue.
Arrows had branches like of a tree, like electric branches. So it was shocking what I saw.
Again, he mentions that it was shocking, which means that this thing is going to catch a lot of people off guard. This thing is going to be unexpected. That is very, very important as well. Now, I also remember him saying more than once, he highlights electricity, you see. And whenever he says that Volt Inu, this cryptocurrency, Volt Inu, comes to mind, which makes me think that Volt Inu will most definitely be one of those several cryptocurrencies that he saw that took off. I honestly believe that definitely Volt Inu was on the list of these cryptos that will create a God candle potentially in this coming Christmas season. Yes, guys, because what I'm seeing in the charts currently for not only Volt Inu but several other cryptocurrencies, including Kishu Inu and Lunk, it appears as if it's very, very much appropriate for this year. Like the fulfillment of what he had seen, it would be very appropriate. It fits perfectly for this year. Because we saw what just recently occurred with Bitcoin, which I believe is just a start of the sell-off that's going to occur. But let's continue.
Then I saw numbers. It looked like I saw 8 million, but then at first it looked like it was 8,000%. And the mountains were so high, they were at the top of my phone. I didn't see the tip of everything.
Okay, guys, so there again, he said that he saw, or he thought he saw 8,000% or 8 million. So he's seeing the numbers of percentage that these cryptocurrencies had risen. And just to let you guys know, he's talking about cryptocurrencies specifically, because that's what he had purchased. He'd purchased several cryptocurrencies, which he didn't mention. I think one of them is Shiba Inu, though. Yes, I think he'd purchased Shiba Inu as a part of his portfolio. And again, because of the percentage rise, what he's just said again is confirming that what he saw were God candles, you see. And that's why he was so surprised, because he has never seen that level of percentage rise, nor was he expecting it.
But I'm looking and I'm like, wow. So I knew it was more than one coin. There's one coin in particular, and I think everybody knows what I'm talking about, that I thought was the coin that exploded, but because I saw.
Okay, so here he's talking about Shiba Inu. This is what he believed that was one of the coins that took off, because he purchased Shiba Inu as well. And I have to say that there's a possibility that Shiba Inu could be one of them. But the way that it would work is we would have to have a $10,000 to a $20,000 drop in price for Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, I believe that would contribute to this whole thing being fulfilled. That could very well be the reason behind the creation of these God candles for these several cryptocurrencies. We would need to have a $20,000 to $30,000 drop in Bitcoin price, literally overnight, in one night. If something like that were to occur, which you can't rule out whenever it comes to Bitcoin, like I've stated several times, Bitcoin is the very epitome of volatility. It is very possible. Such drops can happen in a very, very short period of time. And they love to happen during the night when people are mostly asleep here in the West. If we were to have that to happen with Bitcoin, trust me, several other coins are going to react to that type of price action. And in a case like that, that's where we could have the drop for Shiba Inu, where it drops extremely low, very quickly, but then it's being bought up very, very violently. You see, that's how God candles are created. You see, when you have these very volatile movements coming from Bitcoin. You see, and then you have these other coins reacting to these very, very big moves of Bitcoin. So that's how I see it happening. That's how I see it playing out.
Were mountains to me that meant several different coins that kind of took off all and shot up at the same time. So, but before my dream ended, I looked at my balance and it said like $8 and it said zero because it went down. So I'm like, oh man, I missed it.
I also noticed that he said that they all took off at the same time. Yet again, that confirms my thesis that this occurrence with these several coins creating God candles is all in reaction to a Bitcoin anomalous crash. Like a crash on such a scale and such a speed that it's like something that we've never seen before. You see, something like a 20, 30, or even quite possibly a $40,000 drop, either overnight or over the space of just a few days, over 2 or 3 days. It would so greatly shake up the markets that the liquidity would instantaneously be shared through several coins. It would be poured out into these several coins so powerfully, so quickly that it would cause them to pump very, very powerfully, very, very violently. And they would create God candles. And then if you guys notice, he said that afterwards it came back down. Look, guys, this is very, very important because if this thing is literal, like the timing of it, as he tried to explain it, literally in one night, you wake up in the morning and all of this is transpired. And then he said that he had missed it because it went down and his account went almost down to zero. If this thing will play out in one night, it means that there is another liquidation event that is coming that is much larger than what we've experienced. What we've seen was just a sign of something much bigger that's getting ready to occur, which I personally believe is at least a 20 to 30 or potentially even greater $1,000 drop in Bitcoin price overnight in a very short period of time. And then we're going to have several coins that are going to react very good, very violently. They're going to pump very high, very fast, very quickly in reaction to that event. And just like he stated again, only those who believe, because he went on to say, he further went on to say that he believed that it would occur for everyone else except for himself, which is just not good at all. And so that's one of the reasons why he had missed out on it. He said to himself that he had missed it. And that's the reason why he missed it. He didn't believe. He believed it for everyone else that, other people would take advantage of it, but, he would miss out. Because it's possible that he kind of has that mentality where things never really work out for him. He usually misses out on things like this. And guys, you can't have that mentality. You have to change your mind. You have to exercise faith. You have to believe. You have to know. You have to expect this thing, even as I myself am expecting it, because I know that it's coming. And several coins that I see in the markets, on the charts, they're poised for this move because they've already flatlined. They've bottomed out. You see, these coins, like Volt Inu, Kishu Inu, Empire, BNB Tiger, several of these meme coins, guys, they've already bottomed out, which means that they've hit rock bottom. There's nowhere down left for them to go. Literally, they've already bottomed out. There's only one place left for them to go, and that is up. And whenever these huge liquidation events takes place with Bitcoin, whenever these huge crashes takes place, and money starts to pour out of not only Bitcoin, but several of these other blue chips, where do you think the money's going to go? And what do you think is going to happen to these coins that have been crashing for years and have not yet pumped? They're going to react very violently. And they're going to create God candles. And I honestly believe that this is what this brother had seen. It's not going to be for every coin. It's for some coin. And I believe one of which is most definitely Volt Inu. Hence why he saw the lightning bolts. You see. I honestly believe that Volt Eno will be one of them. So that is my two-piece. That's what I'm observing. You see, whenever it comes to this brother's dream, I thought that it was interesting because it was not yet fulfilled, and this year it appears more appropriate than the other years for this prophetic dream of the wealth transfer potentially taking place at or around a Christmas season. Now, that's all I want to share with you guys concerning this brother's dream here. You guys, please take care, peace, and shalom. Until next time.